So how will the wall help save the U.S. money in the long run? Joining us right now to discuss it, Senior Director of Policy at the Conservative Partnership Institute, Rachel Bovard. Rachel, do you understand where the president's coming from? Have you had a chance to look at the USMCA?
I do understand where the president's coming from, and I think he's absolutely right. The USMCA reflects new economic realities, but more than that, when you look at the cost of illegal immigration in this country, what the president's asking for the wall is less than 5% of what it costs the U.S. to deal with illegal immigration. And so simply by reducing border crossings, and again, you heard him cite these numbers in the Oval Office on Tuesday, where there's a functional wall, immigration drops by 90%. Illegal immigration crossings drop by over 90%. So if we can get that under control with less than 5% of what we spend on illegal immigration costs in this country, we're on the right track.
All right, Rachel, here are some of the numbers. The average fiscal burden per illegal immigrant, according to the National Academics of Science, the average net fiscal burden per illegal is approximately $74,722. And get this, for every 100,000 illegal immigrants stopped or deterred by a wall, the savings to the taxpayer will be nearly $7.5 billion. What's your reaction?
I think that's self-evident to a lot of people as we've been dealing with this illegal immigration crisis. Look at our welfare spending. We can't even afford it for the people that live here, much less illegal immigrants coming and taxing the system. This is a fiscal crisis as well as a sovereignty crisis. And the first step to doing that is building a wall at the southern border. And to be clear, Republicans in Congress are the ones blocking President Trump from getting this priority. He's asked for it for 2 straight years, and Republicans in Congress have stymied him. And that's unacceptable. And I think you saw the president reflect that reality on Tuesday.
I mean, there's some from border states like Will Hurd, and there's some landowners about to the tune of 82 who have sued not to have this wall, what they claim is right on their property.
I think it's you talk to homeowners in border areas, and they'll tell you they see people crossing their border. They see the violence associated with illegal activity at the border, not just drugs, but also MS-13, gangs. You saw the president cite numbers about the terrorists that have been arrested at the border. This is a national security, a sovereignty, and a fiscal issue. The best way to deal with it is a border wall. That's why President Trump has been asking for it for 2 years. I don't understand, and I don't think the American people understand, why Republicans in Congress just won't get it across the finish line for him.
What's your prediction for the next 2 years? Do you think he'll eventually get the wall?
I don't think we're going to see a lot of cooperation from Democrats in Congress. That was very clear on Tuesday. We have a majority in the House and in the Senate and in the White House. We have a president who will sign literally anything right now on the border wall. For Republicans in Congress not to get this done by the end of the year, it's almost borderline political malpractice. That's why President Trump is rightly frustrated. And to be honest, I can see why. I've spent 12 years in Washington. I have never seen Mitch McConnell talk to Chuck Schumer the way President Trump did on Tuesday.
Right. It's just so interesting because you just ask yourself, do you want to give those social programs, whether it's food stamps, Medicaid, or Medicare, to American citizens in need or to citizens of another country here without even taking the time to try to get here the right way?
No, that's absolutely right. And to be clear, that is a priority for the Democrats. They have no intention of implementing border security. You saw Nancy Pelosi say she would rather keep the government closed for years than fund a border wall. That's what we're dealing with. And so for Republicans to waste this time, they need to fund the border wall now.
Rachel, thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.